What is going on, guys? DBG here, and today we are going to be going over my top 10 least favorite cards in NBA 2K21 MyTEAM, lads. So, again, if you guys are new to the channel, subscribe. A huge thank you as well for all the support on the channel recently. Yeah, obviously, it's not like we are booming like during when my team is alive, but at the end of the day, I still appreciate the fact that there are still like 80,000 of you guys every single day that are tuning in and watching the videos. It is absolutely crazy. You don't understand how much I appreciate it. But anyway, also before we get on to it, if you guys are not yet subscribed, go subscribe to the second channel. Go subscribe to B-Ball Daily. We're uploading a little bit more consistently on that channel, and thankfully the views are starting to go up a little bit. So we're basically just doing this, except instead of talking about 2K, we're talking about the game of basketball, which is a sport that I played at a reasonably high level. Yeah, then now we are going to go on to the list. So I have some of the cards, I don't have some of the cards, and this is in no particular order. So, you guys know, Ty didn't put him in his squad, but if you guys know me, you guys know Ben Wallace. This guy is so bad. He's so bad. I used to put him on tier lists solely for to put him in worthless tier. This guy is horrendous. He's absolutely horrendous, lads. He was terrible. He couldn't play offense. He could barely play defense. Yeah, he had 94 block. He didn't block anything. He didn't rebound anything. He only had 73 speed and 75 lateral quickness. Sure, he had half intimidator. Sure he did. Did not make a difference. The guy sucked. Ben Wallace absolutely sucked. He was a garbage man. The only reason that a lot of people forgot about how much I hate him was because it was at the start of the year, and they did come out with a decent Ben Wallace card in March, as far as I'm aware, in Season 5. Okay. Then, number 2. I do not have this card, and this guy has to be in my least favorite card just for the embarrassment. I mean, Cam Reddish has to be in there, doesn't he? I will say this though, like, I reckon of the, let's say 20,000 people watch this video. This is just a guess. It might be more, it might be less. More than likely less. Let's just say videos average about 20,000 views. Of the 15,000 people, 14.7 thousand would still have lost that game to Ty, because Ty is the damn best. Ty is the best. But I still have to hate Cam Reddish because my name on Twitter for a week was Cam Reddish's son. So this card's really good. I think there are 45 different cards that do the exact same thing as him at the 2-guard position. But it's a preference thing. Like, you might like this card as much as anyone. Again, he's got basically perfect stats, basically perfect badges. So if you like the card, go use him. But yeah, for the embarrassment, after the embarrassment, I just can't use him after the embarrassment. Okay, so then we are going to move on to a card that I stupidly locked in for. The lock-in reward for the back-to-back set. So basically, I had it in my head, oh yeah, I'm gonna lock in all these cards at the start of the year, because I was like, oh yeah, I really want to go and get, I really want to go and compete for 250k. And it was around the underdogs packs that I was like, I don't really have that much MT. And I don't want to, and I've already spent like $400 or $500 in the game. So I was just like, yeah, I really don't want to spend any more money. So we ended up stopping a little bit early. But before we stopped early, I don't even regret locking in for Peyton. I definitely don't regret locking in for Draymond. I'm glad I locked in for Draymond. But yeah, Dennis Rodman, he was so bad. This guy was like slightly better Ben Wallace. Like, there wasn't that much of a difference. And like I'm telling you, he wasn't that much better than Ben Wallace. He really wasn't. I just need to go and find him. He was slightly better. Like, he had a 62 3 ball. The only one saving grace of this card is that, like, if you use a stick and you knew what you were doing, you could hit wide open. But he couldn't handle the ball. He has 97 rebounding. It's the biggest lie in the game. 78 speed, which is not pretty fast. Only 83 lateral. But, like, the guy didn't even come with clamps. The guy came with 6 gold and 4 Hall of Fame badges. The guy did not even come with clamps. I locked in a couple of 100,000 for a guy who did not even come with clamps. He was so bad. He was so bad, lads. He was horrendous. Okay, so then we are on to premium. This guy was good on current gen. I just want to put that out there. Kobe. And I really like Kobe in this game, by the way. Like, I'm very high on Go Kobe. I'm very high on Invincible Kobe. I'm not high on this Kobe at all. This is, in my opinion, the worst of the... I would take Opal Kobe over this Kobe. But, like, this Kobe right here. Stats and badges-wise, he's fine. The problem is he has slasher dribble style. You can't run with slasher dribble style on next gen. Well, you can run, but you can't, like... You can't create. It's the reason why there's another card that I despise here. Like, you cannot create with slasher dribble style. I just want to show you the difference. Between quick and slasher. I just want to see this. Do I have anyone with slasher dribble style on my team? I have no idea. I have no idea. On my other account, I do have people I know for a fact of slasher dribble style. I don't know if I have anyone with slasher dribble style on this team, but it's bad. Trust me, slasher dribble style is pretty bad. So he belongs here on this list. Okay, so we are through 4 of the 10. Now we're on to a guy that everyone thought was going to be God tier, and so did I. He stinks. James Worthy. This guy is terrible. This guy is absolutely terrible, lads. He's shocking. I cannot believe how bad this guy is. He is absolutely terrible in game. He's got perfect stats, pretty much perfect badges. He was free. He has Pro 2, Pro 3, and Shifty. He's got a great player build. No one can green with him. I leave him wide open when I play against him. And I just stopped playing against him. Anyone who got this card realized after about a day that the card sucked. Like, there are certain cards, like, a lot of the time you can judge a card based on their 2KDB page. But I always say, like, sometimes you just might not like a card for whatever reason. And this is it. This is my example. And it's not only me. This guy is terrible when I use him. He's terrible when I play against him. When other people use him against me, he's shocking. As well as that, he's just overall just meh. That's the only way I can describe him is he's just meh. That's the best way I can describe him is meh. He is so not good. I don't know what it is. He just sucks. He just absolutely sucks, lads. He is not it. And rant over on him. And then the next player, again, because I don't have him on these accounts, any card that I can't see on this account, we're going to go on to 2KDB. This card, because of everything that it represents. Everything this card represents is why it's on this list. I regret going for this for this card. I do apologize. I do regret it. But it's not terrible. It's not a terrible card. And he was one of the better point guards in the game. But everything he represented. Because of this BS Tyronn Lue card that caused more stress than anything else. The fact that we were looking at freaking bicep. We spent 2 days looking at Joel Embiid's bicep because of this card. Because the fact that some people got him because they looked out and they just got into the glitch market and got Ty Lue. And he also wasn't great. And also, this card came right before the end of the season. The same damn card, but better. They're the same card, but he's better. He is a better upper and he's lefty. They're the same they're copy-paste of each other. Like, they were essentially copy-paste of each other, like. And that card came out. For everything this card represents, he's got to be in here. Was he terrible? No. He wasn't. But then again, Kobe's not terrible either. Kobe's represents shifty dribble style. This guy was very, very not good enough to be what he was. And then they came out with the clone KPJ. So if you grinded all the season for the card, you got the clone KPJ. Like, there are some times when I just can't comprehend what 2K are doing, and this is one of those times. It really is. Alright, then we got a card that is that split opinions. And the opinion was split based on what gen you were on. And this is not the best or worst cards. This is a card who is simultaneously one of the best cards in the game on current gen and one of the worst high rated cards in the game on next gen. It was, where is he? Where's Zion? There we go, it's Zion. This guy was if there's one of him for less than 10k, I'll buy him. 4.5k, I'm gonna buy him for this. This guy was unusable on next gen. He was unusable. And I forgot about this guy, I really did. And then, like, I'm making this video because obviously I can make it, but like Ty DM'd me and he was like, who are some of your least favorite players in the game? Because obviously I made my favorite player list. And I was trying to think, and I'm like, who are my least favorite players? But just look at this release. Look at that. Obviously, I'm playing on a little bit of a delay right now. I greened that one. Like, I'm basically playing on Australia delay right now because I'm currently because I only have 2 screens, so I'm looking at my thing through an OBS, which is a little bit of delay. But yeah, this release is disgusting. Like, that was disgusting. I know I'm greening some of these, but like, it's 2K21. You can green with basically anybody. That's a full. But like, this is so disgusting. Like, is it Zion's release? 1000% it's Zion's release. But it does not change the fact that it's a disgusting, disgusting release. Then there's a weird card. And this guy is not bad, but I just hated 2 of his cards. And I don't know why I hate them. I just do. And it's Jimmy Butler. It's Jimmy Butler. Jimmy Butler should be good in 2K. He should be a card that I like. I just never did. Like, the Flash Jimmy Butler, I hated this card. I hated this card when he came out. For me, he just didn't play defense. Like, if you were asking me, would I take Jimmy Butler? Like, I remember in one of my tier lists, I was like, is Jimmy Butler even better than Eddie Jones? I preferred Eddie Jones. Like, yeah, he had 70 and half badges, but like, obviously, well, this one obviously is half range added to him. Wow, half range. Was that 11k for half range one? Anyway, 16 halves. If you're looking at the half badges, like, Intimidator's alright, quick first step is good. Gold range and stuff. But like, I don't even know what it was about him, because he should have been a good card. He really should. And then, more disappointing than all, was this card. Again, I should have liked this card, because he was free. He was free. There's no reason for me to hate this card. He was free and he wasn't difficult to get. Hey, Wordy was 100 times more difficult than Jimmy to get. He was free, easy to get. Maybe it was the short wingspan. Maybe, but like, he had what should have been a good upper in base, upper 92. Like, wait. I hate TJ Warren. Maybe that's the same reason. Maybe it's the upper. There was just something I didn't like about this card. This is not a bad card. And this is, again, not a worst cards in the game list. Because there are some cards where I'm like, just played terribly in general. Like, Kobe was bad for anyone who used him on next gen. And Worthy was bad for everybody. J.R. Smith had a reason. I just didn't like Jimmy. Jimmy was good. Jimmy was good. I just could never get it to work with Jimmy. Every time I used him, I would consistently try out Jimmy and be like, you know what? Today's the day where Jimmy Butler is going to play really well for me. And he just never did. He just never did, lads. Okay, so then we got a card that's close to my heart. If you guys remember, if you guys do not remember, this is a rough situation. This is a rough situation. This guy right here. So I stayed up the day before the first 250k qualifier. I think, was it December the 31st, January the 1st? I can't even remember, but I stayed up and did a 10-hour stream grinding to get Vlad AD vouch for this card. I didn't sleep. I barely slept. I got a little bit of a nap and I was wide awake, ready for 250k quals. At this stage, I'd lost 2 games all year on next gen, on current gen. Put this dude in my team, expect them to be able to carry me. Then I face up against a dude who finished top 10 that week, and I'm up most of the game, and Baron Davis sells me. I had a Wings of Redemption type moment. I had a Wings of Redemption. We all have them. Everyone who plays any video game well, at the time when I was playing somewhat competitively, has those moments where they just lose it. This was the moment, and I blame this card. He was useless. He was useless. As soon as I could, Jeff Petrie replaced him. Like literally, as soon as Jeff Petrie came out, he was replaced. As soon as Fultz replaced him. Markel Fultz replaced Baron Davis. Like 2 days later. Markel freaking Fultz Ruby. He was a trash can. This card here was I don't care about his stats. I don't care about the time he came out. He was meant to be the chosen one. He was meant to save us all. He was completely free. Completely free. You got him by grinding and like ball drops where you had like basically infinite chance of getting Iverson. But he was completely free. So again, another card that I should have loved. Maybe our expectations were just too high, but this guy was a trash can. I hated him so much. And last up is the worst value player in the game this year. Even for his time, it is the 7-foot tall point guard that is Nikola Jokic. This guy, he's actually alright on current gen. He's alright. But I mean, like, would I use this guy or Hedo? Would I use this guy or Cade? Obviously, well, Cade wasn't out when he came out. I'm trying to think who came out before, who was out before July 7th? Hedo wasn't actually out. Was he better than Penny? No. Actually, he wasn't even July 7th, was he? Who was the last invincible card? The last was Penny the last invincible to lock in for him? Yeah, I think Penny might have been. Idol Series 3. Yeah, Penny was the last one. And yeah, Steph was week before. But on July 7th, we'd already seen the Gauntlet Spotlight Sims. We'd already seen like point guard and stuff. He wasn't top 7 or 8 point guards in the game. He wasn't top 7 or 8 centers in the game. And he had slasher dribble style, which made him worthless on next gen. Nikola Jokic was so not... Like, all they had to do... If they gave him quicker shifty... And then just... Because they screwed with him to make him a point guard. Why not just make him 200? Like, he's alright on current gen. As is. Dribble style weight doesn't matter on current gen. But if they made him 244 pounds... And gave him... shifty dribble style, this card actually could have been effective. But yeah, they didn't. So he was just kind of left behind as the number 15 best point guard in the game, the number 15 best center in the game, and the most expensive card in the game. So anyway, yeah, that is pretty much it, lads. Those are my 10 least favorite players. Let me know who you guys just disliked in game. Cards you thought were bad, and then cards. Let me know who your Jimmy Butler was. Let me know who your Jimmy Butler was. A card that was really good in game. That should have been really good, but you just hate it. So anyway, that's the video. Thank you guys for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe.